Okay, whoa. I am doing multi-technology here. Um, Give me a second. All right. Okay, 1 second. Hello, hello. If you're on Instagram, I have pink hair, but it's just a filter, just for fun. This is Coffee Talk. All right. Coffee Talk. I haven't done Coffee Talk in months, and some of you may know that I went through some eye surgeries. Not fun, but fortunately, using the Access tools and the amazing surgeon I had, my body's healing pretty quickly, and I'm able to start doing things again. And it was interesting for quite some time. I just needed all my energy for my body, and I really couldn't go online. I didn't realize how much energy it actually takes to go online and to facilitate classes. Oh my gosh. Because for years and years and years, I've been doing this, and you build up the muscle just like any muscle you build. But imagine, not working out for 8 weeks and then going for a walk uphill again. It's like, oh my gosh, your muscles are atrophied a bit. And even the facilitation muscles, the being the space for other people to perceive greater possibilities is a muscle that you build. And it's awesome because you don't necessarily feel it or perceive it, but other people will come into contact with you and they're like, wow, I always feel so good when I'm around you, or I feel so good when, we have a conversation, or even just sitting together, being in the same space. It's calm. And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people actually require that. And if you can be that more in the world, it's such a gift. So, this is one of the reasons that I pop on here and do these lives and share some of the things that I've learned that allow me to be more spacious, have more of a sense of magic and possibilities that is, and that we can choose no matter where you are or what you've chosen in the past. So let's see. If anybody has questions also, I will try to respond. I'm not sure I will see them here on Facebook, but I think I can see them on Instagram. And if you're listening to this later on my YouTube channel, you can always send me a message later. In honor of the Access Global Bars class, which is next week on Sunday, the 27th, I thought I would talk a bit about Access Bars and how it's made an impact in my life. 21 years ago, maybe even a little longer, I went to my chiropractor for neck pain, and he had just learned the Access Consciousness tools, including the Access Consciousness clearing statement. And when I said I had neck pain, he asked me, well, what's a pain in the neck? And I was like, well, my husband, the kids, the laundry, all the things. And he said the Access Consciousness clearing statement, and instantly the neck pain went away. And I was like, what was that you said? That was like the weirdest sounding abracadabra sentence, but there was an energy to it. And I got curious, so I started taking some of the classes. And back then, Access Bars was part of the foundation class. It was a 2-day class that you learned the access bars the afternoon of day one. And we were an uneven mix of people. And so there were like 3 of us working, and I really didn't notice what it was doing or anything at the time. I was like, this is weird, but okay, it's part of the class. And I noticed over the weeks after the class that the laundry and all these things that I used to have all these points of view, and it was just so much to deal with, and I was overwhelmed. It all became minimized and everything was easier. And it was a combination of the bars, which helps you clear all your points of view about everything. I mean, if you didn't have a point of view about laundry, you could just do laundry, right? But when you come to it with all the points of view that that you have no time and it's all this effort or whatever, or you'd rather be doing something else, it adds to the stress. And whether it's laundry or dealing with an illness or dealing with relationship stuff or money stuff, all of these points of view can be cleared so that you can start to perceive other possibilities that will create more of what you'd like. And so I started hosting a weekly Access Bars trade in my home on Wednesday nights over 21 years ago. And every week I would have my bars run at least once during that trade. And other times, with friends in between. So sometimes I got up to like 3 times a week, and I noticed how easy and spacious and happy my life became. Instead of feeling stressed and stuck and no possibilities, all these other things started opening up. And I started sharing with my friends, and then they took the foundation class. And I noticed that my friends weren't really understanding the bars. Like in the class, you didn't, you just did it once and you didn't really get a sense for how to do it. So I remember going up to Gary Douglas, the founder of Access, and saying, my friends have learned this in foundation, and I was thinking that maybe just doing a bars class would be fun and, help them get a sense of where the points are and get a sense of the energy of it, and maybe exchange bars a couple of times. And just do that and not have all the other stuff. And he said, go for it. And so I created a bars class. And soon after that, he took the whole bars out of foundation and created it as a separate prerequisite to foundation class. He's always willing to change things, to add things. The foundation class is always growing with new information that comes in some of the upper level classes, and it like filters its way down. So now Access Bars has grown all over the world. It's now in 180 countries. And all of this has been word of mouth. There's been no advertisement, no formal advertisement, no AI advertisement, those annoying AI things that come up on your phone all the time. That's not what they do. So this has grown organically because it works and because it's awesome. And so next week on Sunday, there's going to be, I think there's already 800 people registered for the live class in Mexico. And then it's also going to be live streamed around the world. And so all over the world, there will be satellite groups of people, including mine here in San Francisco area, where everybody's going to be trading bars using this technique, learning it if you haven't learned it, reviewing it if you haven't taken a class in a long time, or just simply receiving the energy of it, because it's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of people running bars at the same time around the planet. It's going to be awesome. So I encourage you to go to the Access Consciousness website and see if there's a satellite group in your area. You know, if you don't feel like going to Mexico City. It's amazing how the live stream classes feels like, you know, they're in your living room. Like Dane, Dr. Dane is going to be facilitating this. He's the co-founder of Access. And it's like he's in your living room and you get a partner and you trade the process. And the thing is, with so many people joining all at the same time, the energy is amped up exponentially. So you really get an amazing session each time, and you will gift and receive 2 sessions during the class, as well as learn some other tools, some of the basic, amazing tools of Access Consciousness that have helped hundreds of thousands of people create changes in their life. So it's something that I highly recommend if you want to change your life. I mean, there's a lot of people, interestingly enough, that don't. It is kind of crazy. You might know some of those people. You know, the ones that complain all the time and don't want to change anything. They just want to complain. That's cool. Let them have their stuff. You know, when you're ready, you'll know. And nobody's wrong for not choosing different. And you're not right for choosing what you choose. It's just a choice you can make. So it's just a open invitation to anybody of any age. Back in 2003, my kids were 3 and 6, and I used to take them to the classes, and I would run the bars on them when they were going to sleep at night, and it made bedtime so much easier. They would just close their eyes and they would feel the energy, and it was awesome. They were hardly ever sick. All their little friends at school would be sick and absent from school days every month. And I don't think my kids had more than maybe 1 sick day a year. And honestly, it was usually because an access class was going on and I called them in sick so they could come to the class because they liked it so much. And I took them to Costa Rica and they met people from all over the world and they would run the bars. Kids are amazing at running bars, and kids are free up until they're 16, which is pretty cool. Kids are included in the class. And when they're 16, it goes to half price. And then once they're 18, it's full price. But like, what a gift for kids to have this tool that helps them in school. It helps them be healthy. It helps them with anxiety. You know, so many kids these days have anxiety and all the negative self-talk stuff. That all gets cleared out with a bars session. And I know for kids, they're pretty quick. They don't need a whole hour session. You can do them much faster because kids are willing to let go of points of view that don't work for them. That's us adults who have to figure it out and understand why. And if we were to just go, okay, fine, whatever, just touch these points on my head and my life changes, okay, I'll do it. It's pretty easy, pretty relaxing, and pretty life-changing. I know that there have been tons and tons and tons of stories of change that have been shared. I think there might even be a Stories of Change website but I don't know, maybe check on YouTube and Google Access Bars Stories of Change. Maybe you'll find some. I know that for me, I've run even just little sample sessions on people, and huge changes showed up in 15 minutes. You know, it's kind of crazy what's possible. And it's not something that you do to the person that you're working on. It's more of being a space that allows them to release the things that they're ready to let go of. It's interesting how hard it is to let go of stuff. But bars makes it easier. So check it out. It's everywhere. It's so much easier to find than back when I found it. And back when I found it, it was weird. Now it's way less weird. It's much more mainstream. And you can't do it right. You can't do it wrong. It's just this amazing, relaxing technique that even when you are gifting a session, you get to receive. So a lot of people, they'll take the class and they'll go out and give sessions to people and charge. And it's like they're receiving not only money, but also change themselves. How does it get better than that? I wonder, are there any questions about anything that I'm talking about? Go ahead and type it in the chat. If not, let's see, what else can I share? Well, while I was healing from the eye surgery, I did have my bars run weekly still. Because let me tell you, when you're sitting in like the doctor's office chair, the amount of people that sat in that chair and got diagnoses and all the fear and all the freak out, it's like imprinted there. And I would perceive it. And thank goodness I had these tools, and I could ask myself some questions and dissipate a lot of the charge, but it would also ping a lot of points of view that I've had from over my lifetime about being in a doctor's office, or, you know, the doctor's point of view about what healing is and how your body will heal, even though you may be different. You could be the miracle that doesn't take, 3 months or 6 months or whatever to change. Your body might change faster, or maybe it changes slower. Like, being more present with your body and not so much listening to the points of view that other people have. Bars really helped with that. Bars helped clear out the fear, the stress, the doubt, the wondering, oh my God, am I going to be able to see? It's kind of scary. And yet, by having my bars run, it really allowed me to relax into knowing that my body is capable of healing itself, and knowing that I can contribute to that, or I can detract from it based on my points of view. So getting really present with your points of view. What is it that you believe? And is that serving you? So I got very present with my points of view. I used the access clearing statement to clear out points of view that were not a contribution. And I put more energy into what else is possible, and what does my body know, and what does my body require. And actually, it required a lot of sleep, a lot of quiet, and running different energies that were nurturing to it, and being with people that cared about me. It was really nice. I spent a lot of time alone and I had some visitors. But it was really quite an experience. If you've ever had to go through something like that, you get to face everything that maybe you have been previously avoiding. And you get to look at that and let go of it if you're ready. And if you're not, maybe you keep avoiding it. But for me, I was like, whatever it is, I want to look at it. I want to clear it. I would like to create beyond this situation and create something miraculous. So I asked for it. Well, if you had come on in the beginning, you would have known that this pink hair thing is a filter. I just think it's fun. If you want to see the real me, go to Facebook. This is Instagram. So yeah, and anybody on YouTube, you'll have to pop onto my Instagram account to see the pink hair. It's really fun. I like it. Maybe one day I'll do it, but my hairstylist says that it would take a lot of effort to keep it pink. So I'm not ready to do that yet. Let's see. Let's see. What else can I share with you? Oh, there are times when there is nobody around to run your bars or to do things for you, and you can actually run your own bars. I run my bars a lot, and it is really nice to have other people contribute to you and run your bars. It's sort of like, massaging your own feet. Like you have to hold your legs up and, you're using effort to relax. So sure, it's something you can do and it gives you some relief, but the contribution of somebody else working on your body and you getting to totally relax, that's a very different experience. But you can run your own bars, and I do have a little video, like a 2-minute video on how to run bars on yourself on my YouTube channel, so you can check that out. It is really helpful in a pinch when there's nobody around. But I highly recommend finding somebody who lives in your area, or a child, or somebody you can work on to get together with, maybe once a week. Oh my gosh, do you think you could do that? Maybe just try it out for a month. Do once a week for a month and see how your life changes just by running bars. And even if it's a short session, you don't have to do a full-on session. You can do a shorty, a quickie. Those work. And it's just a reset so that you come off of whatever point of view that you're living from that's not serving you, and look at, okay, where can I put my energy today? And what would I like to create? And what would I like my life to be? And start making choices in that direction. A lot of times when you're caught up with all the things, the mind chatter, all the stuff that's going on, and all the problems and the reasons that you can't, when you get your bars run, it gives you this space, like a reset that allows you to go, okay, now what can I choose? And you're not fighting against all of the mind chatter. It's actually clear. Your mind is quiet, sort of like, that time early in the morning before everybody else gets up. There's this space and quiet and peace where you can hear your own thoughts. And that's where you can start making new choices that will contribute. And, if your life is great, awesome, how does it get even better? And if your life is terrible, awesome, how does it get even better? What choices can you make right now to pull you into a different direction? What choices can you make? What would you like? And if you don't know, keep asking yourself, what choices can I make that would create more of the life I'd like to be living? You always have choice every 10 seconds. So with that, I will say thank you for joining, and please check out the Access Global Bars class. It's going to be an amazing energy in the universe. And do you want to ride the wave? Wouldn't it be fun to ride that wave? I mean, I don't need to take the class. I've taught that class hundreds of times, but I am attending it, and I look forward to sharing it with the people who want to be in this area. Come visit me in San Francisco, or find a local satellite group where you are, and enjoy. Thanks, everyone.